Welcome to TradeUpTalk. In British Columbia, skilled trades are still overwhelmingly male populated, with women making up just a small fraction of the total workforce. That imbalance, of course, influenced by a number of factors, including but not limited to persistent stereotypes, traditional gender roles, and workplace environments that are often not very welcoming for women. So with this in mind, we're speaking today with certified electrician, entrepreneur, social media influencer, activist, and philanthropist, Carly Steiman, otherwise known as Lady Electric in the social media sphere. Welcome, Carly.
Hello, Kevin. Nice to chat with you.
It's a pleasure to have an opportunity to speak with you. I know there's a lot coming up, so we'll get right into it. So you've become a vocal advocate for women in the trades. You are a certified electrician. Why is that?
I think in careers, it's important when you attain and acquire experience and knowledge, like giving that back, whether it's like a knowledge exchange, an apprenticeship program, teaching. And for me, I think my biggest like call to action is in advocacy and marketing and imagery and arts. And I think that as a tool to inspire people to consider trades as a viable career path, as well support our industry in how we fund the apprenticeship program for employers. I think there needs to be more voice and attention in this region, and I love it. I'm doing my part.
Yeah, you're doing your part representing. So you, with this in mind, you have a whole bunch of stuff going on to help raise your voice and bring attention to women in the trades and to try, of course, to encourage more women to consider a career in the trades. Tell me a little bit about what's coming up and what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Great question. I wanted to do a tradeswoman calendar back in 2011. I had this vision, and last year I put my vision into action. And I went on every Facebook group and I put the call out. I got a grant from BCC WIT to kind of kickstart the project. And in that experience, the photo shoot, we shot 19 tradeswomen, and I hired my friend and a professional photographer, Melissa Martin, to shoot the photos. And in this experience of having 19 tradeswomen in a space, there was a considerable amount that had never met a fellow tradeswoman. And I realized that I have a skill set of hosting, facilitating, and being a leader in social experiments. And I thought, you know what, this needs to go bigger. So with these images, I felt called to apply to art galleries here in Vancouver. And Gallery 881, John accepted my proposal, and we scheduled the Tradeswoman exhibit 2025, October 18th to November 1st. And it's been a year of buildup. I've gone to about 4 different trade shows, and I've asked our industry leaders going, all who are talking about workforce development, I'm going, okay, well, what's your actionable agenda to complement this conversation? Because we can't have an industry full of talkers. We need walkers, and that's an action plan. And I really believe in marketing campaigns and imagery to be the seeds of inspiration for kids' dreams of who they want to be when they grow up. And so I have the exhibition, it's 2 weeks. I'm going very ambitious and I'm hosting 7 events. I have the Tradeswomen opening night, October 18th. That's going to be really fun. That's for tradeswomen, handy women coming together and celebrating. I have the community open house. I have the industry mixer with community leaders on Thursday, October 23rd. I'm doing a home maintenance 101 workshop, teaching women how to reset breakers, find their hot water, emergency toolkits. And I'm just using this as a launch pad to educate and inspire. And it's going really well. There's a lot of industry leaders that are helping out.
That's great. And I know that the nub of this is these wonderful, dramatic, black and white photo close-ups of powerful women in the trades holding their tools or standing next to their tools of the trade, which are I've seen and are absolutely compelling. And I know that, as you mentioned, that they will be available for view by the general public from October 17th all the way through to November 1st. Is there any future plans for the exhibit?
You know, Kevin, it's been a very beautiful, organic growth for me. It's kind of like this intuitive opportunities are kind of coming and stringing along. The more I talk and educate and tell people what I'm up to and like my mission, the more people are saying, yeah. And I went to KWIC, Canadian Association Women in Construction. They had their annual gala in Toronto, and I went there. And I spoke with industry leaders over there, and they're just like, well, when are you coming to Toronto? We want this in Toronto. And I'm like, yeah, I want to bring it to Toronto too. And I don't think you can deny when areas of our or of our country, if they want this there, then like that's the campaign, and that's organic growth, and I'm leaning into that. So this will be the pilot exhibit here in Vancouver in 2025. And I'm percolating over here thinking, I think it's going to be Toronto 2026. I'm really, Kev, I'm like, it has to be. Like, you kind of got to do what the people want. And I think that art isn't supposed to be small and quiet. Art
Well, like
is
they
meant to be.
say, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and in this case, it's 1,000 words that help to elevate the presence of women in the trades and helps to maybe get some companies out there and contractors to hire more women in the trades. Having said that, where can they go to get tickets for these events? And I understand you're doing some calendars. Where do they go to pick up calendars? And I understand there's sponsorship opportunities for companies to actually buy calendars with their company name, showing their support for women in the trades. So what are those dates and times and places they can go?
Okay, so yes, all of that is correct. There is quite the mouthful of opportunities to support my mission. As far as the events for the exhibit, at my website, www.tradeswomenexhibit.com, you will see all of the events, ticketing, as well as the calendar options. In bulk order, we have custom calendar options for companies that are looking at getting their clients or employees holiday gifts. And yes, there's a signature quote and logo that you will have available and visible all year round. And these calendars are a piece of art. They're going to have a soft coat finish. I went to the factory on Friday. We're printing 6,000 calendars the first run, and I'm my goal is to get as many calendars in as many classrooms here in BC as possible because what you see, and what you don't see, you don't know. And for kids, seeing these images of women that are strong and capable, like that's the imagery we want out there and is gonna combat TikTok.
Sounds exciting. Thanks very much, Carly, for giving us some time here today. So for those of you who want to view the dramatic black and white photographs of women in the trades at Vancouver's Gallery 881, which I believe is on Hastings Street in downtown Vancouver, from Friday, October 17th to Saturday, November 1st. In the meantime, visit TradeUpBC.ca to explore short courses and professional development programs, specially designed for experienced trades professionals in BC. So if you're a woman out there considering upgrading your current skills and abilities in the trades, there's a whole bunch of curated courses that you can take, some of them even for free, by visiting TradeUpBC.ca. Thanks again, Carly, and have a great event.